Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this, another episode 10 years ago now. Tonight we are going to look at SummerSlam 2000 from the WWF. Excuse me. Buy rate of this was a 1.40, quite a healthy buy rate, I think you'll agree. I own this one here. It came as a double pack with Mayhem in Manchester, which is a quite poor show, but yeah, double pack from the day. So, shall we get on with it? So, in the opening contest, the right to Censor defeated Too Cool and Rikishi in a pretty poor match, to be honest. RTC's music has got to be up there with the worst wrestling music ever, isn't it? I mean, it makes your ears bleed, and you're just like, please, for the love of God, make it end. Richards' face when Too Cool's music, he was always interrupted, and every time he made the best face ever. Rikishi comes out with two hoes, one of which is would later become Victoria. And then, starting Bucanen start, nice crossbody, gets two for Scotty, followed by a double suplex. Godfather in, and he beats on the hose. No need for that at all. Save the hose, damn it! Sexy hose, save the hose chant. Sexay plays face in peril. A bomb gets two for Stevie. A superplex fought by Sexay. Hot tag to Rikishi, who clears house, including a three-way Asses of Death. You know, where he works them into the corner and then launches at them and slams their ass in, and no one cares. Honestly, they don't. Samoan drop. Scotty goes for the worm, but eats a perfect, and it's the best spot of the match. He hits a perfect super kick, Stevie Richards does, to get the win. I gave this one a star. It wasn't very good, to be honest. We then get a recap of what happened on Heat, and we got, because of course the big angle going into this show was that Kurt Angle had kissed Stephanie. So of course we need to see this kiss, even though we'd seen it at the opening package of the show. Let's see it again. And then we see hardcore champion Shane and McMahon. He runs away from Steve Blackman in the back. Next, X-Pac defeated Road Dogg in a really quite rubbish match. Half a star match. This was like, these guys have been arguing and they were going to settle the differences in the ring. Match sequence to start. Pac goes to the Bronco Buster, countered. Sleeper by X-Pac. Leg lariat gets two for X-Pac, but Bronco Buster complete with a boring chant for the Bronco Buster. That's telling you something, isn't it? Dogg no sells and comes back with a shake, rattle and roll. Knee drops get two. Pump handle is counted into the X Factor. That's counted into the pump handle, which is counted into the X Factor to get the win. Pac gets on the mic, saying, come on, let's go, the better man won, let's go and be the best tag team in the world ever, and Road Dogg punks him out, basically, which is nice. So then, Chyna and Eddie Guerrero defeated Trish, Stratus and Venis. Now, the stipulation on this one, which I don't understand if I'm honest, is that whoever gets the pin gets the Intercontinental Championship. So, of course, by default there, Chyna got the win, so she is the new Intercontinental Championship. Have I mentioned recently, I don't think I have, that Venis' music is fucking awful. I mean, it's a generic dance beat. Oh yes, every fucking month. Every month for like the last 3. Slugfest to start. Northern Light Suplex gets 2 for Eddie, and it's nice. It is. Backbreaker by Val. Chyna comes in, even though there's no tag, which is weird. Sign in the crowd says, "Chyna, bring me a beer, bitch." Oh yes, that's a good sign. I like that one. Chyna clotheslines Val and goes after Trish, but Val suplexes her. She plays face in peril. A low blow and a nice DT by Chyna means Chyna can get the hot tag to Eddie. A springboard runner gets 2. Blue Thunder Bomb by Val, which looks so much better than anyone that's seen has ever done. I guarantee you that one. Double KO. Trish tags in, followed by Chyna. Chyna and Trish Chyna goes for a handspring, but Val blocks, and then press on by Chyna on Trish for the win. Eddie puts the IC belt on Chyna, but can't do it up, which is hilarious. He sits there trying for ages, trying to do the buckles up at the back of the belt, and then just sort of gives up so Chyna holds the belt. 1 1/4, wow, this show isn't really that very good so far, is it? It's one of those, this is a bit of a letdown so far. Trust me, it gets better. And then, but Jerry King Lawler defeated Tazz in a piss poor match. Dear me. Tazz comes out pretending to be blind because basically he smashed a glass window of a car that JR was in, so JR supposedly got glass in his eye, Basically, King punks him out. King he just absolutely pounds on Tazz, but then Tazz comes back. The crowd though are complete and utterly silent for this one, which is really strange. Tazz goes for a senton, which I don't think I've ever seen him do before, but that misses. King pulls down the straps pile driver that Tazz completely no-sells. The referee gets bumped. Tazz missed him, but the JR has a candy jar, a glass candy jar on his desk. He gets off the announce position and smashes the glass into Tazz's head. Tazz is busted open in all sorts of places, but that means that the King can get the win. It's a half-star match. So that's 4 matches in, and, well, let's be honest, none of them have been particularly good, have they? But, yes, here's where it starts to improve. So, Steve Blackman defeated Shane McMahon in a good match to win the Hardcore Championship. And I'm sure you all remember this one for the finish, I'm sure of it. But some good stuff happened before that. So they did some brawl in the crowd, then they got inside. Blackman uses a trash can lid, then pulls a trash can on... basically puts the trash can on top of Shane McMahon and bashes the fuck out of it, which is nice. Back suplex and a chair. And, and he basically bashes Shane McMahon with a leather strap, you know, bash, 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 nice sort of stuff. Amazing single leg crab with the strap tied round Shane's neck, which is just so good. Really, it looks so graphic. You're like, oh, well, that's just a beautiful submission move. Why isn't he tapping out now? Test and Albert hit the ring. Test with a big elbow off the top. Shane uses a rose sign and then drags Blackman up the ramp. Test punches and pushes an amp over, but it missed. The amp, the speaker stacks that they have at the entrance ramp, pushes one of those over, but it misses. Albert hits Test by accident, so Blackman owns them both. So naturally, Shane McMahon escapes, going the only place where he can, because he goes up the scaffolding, and you're just like, where are you going, and why are you going there? Why did you run backstage or something? I mean, it's one of these things that's hard to suspend your disbelief, because you're just like, why? But of course, if you get caught up in the moment, you're just like, well, there's only one place to go, and that's up, and of course, what goes up must come down, because Blackman obviously chases after him with a kendo stick, whack, 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 whack. Shane McMahon falls off the top. No idea how legitimately high it is, but I mean, gosh, a rough estimate is 20 feet at least. He falls onto a padded area, obviously, and then Blackman shows that he's a fucking big man by jumping off on top of Shane, which is brilliant to get the win. 2.5-star match. I know I didn't talk about a lot there, but yeah, it was legitimately a fun match. Highly enjoyable, you know. It was easy to get into it. I mean, I couldn't live without Test and Albert running in, but of course it is Shane McMahon at the end of the day. He's not the most accomplished of wrestlers, you know, a bit of help always good. But then we step it up again, we really do, as Chris Benoit defeated Chris Jericho in an absolutely superb 2 out of 3 falls match. Dear me, this was good. The build-up to this, the build-up package to this was so funny. It had me in stitches. It really did. Slugfest to start. On the outside, Benoit bounces off the ring post. Benoit goes for an STF, but Jericho counters into a slingshot. A belly-to-belly suplex gets 2 for Jericho. A tombstone is countered into a shoulder breaker. Lion Salt is countered. A crossface. Jericho taps, giving Benoit the first fall. Superb psychology as Benoit goes to the cross. Again, as soon as the second fall starts, he locks the crossface on, which is brilliant. This time Jericho gets the ropes. Benoit destroys Jericho, attacking the neck and the shoulder. Nice pair of Germans, but a third is reversed into a lion tamer. Benoit taps to that to make it 1-1. So we go into the third fall. Obviously, backbreaker gets 2 for Jericho. Flying shoulder gets 2. Powerbomb reversal sequence and a dragon suplex by Benoit get 2. Dragon suplex is one of my favourite moves. I absolutely love it. I really do mark out every time I see that. They go up top. Jericho hits a super Frankensteiner for 2. Amazing move. Jericho sells the shoulder as he gets Irish whipped. 2 lariats and a leg lariat get 2 for Jericho. Lion Salt, but he lands on the shoulder, and which is obviously great psychology. Absolutely brilliant. Jericho goes for another for 2, but Jericho hits another one. He gets 2 out of it. Benoit reverses and hangs onto the ropes for the win. Yeah, basically cradled him and hung onto the ropes in classic Healy Bastard style. That I couldn't live without, but yeah, this was a legitimate 4.5-star match. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And speaking of enjoying, oh wait, sorry, we can't go on with SummerSlam without mentioning that once again we get to see the kiss as if we haven't seen it enough already. And it's like this whole show's been built around fucking shit. Oh man, oh dear me. I'll talk Unforgiven more about this story, and I really will. I promise you.